Hi everyone, it's Lisa here. It's getting towards the end of June and well into winter now in Albury. It's been a while since I last updated you. In fact, it was before my surgery. So I thought I'd hop on quickly and just give you a little update about everything that's been going on and maybe take you on a quick tour of our little garden. So the surgery went really well. I'm so grateful to the wonderful doctors and nurses at Royal North Shore Hospital in Sydney for taking incredibly good care of me. And the surgery went really well. The surgeon, Dr. Harden, removed the middle lobe of my right lung and the tumour along with it, and there's no sign of any cancer anywhere else in my body. So, deemed a really good success. All I've got to do now is just every 6 months for the next couple of years is to have a CT scan just to keep the doctors happy. I'm completely convinced that I'm completely well again now. I never really felt sick. I was very fortunate that we caught the tumour so early. All's well there. I'm now sort of moving on with my lovely life here in Albury and starting to deal with some of the other medical conditions that I've had for quite a number of years. I have a wonderful doctor here, wonderful GP who is. Who is hell bent on helping me get really well. She's great. So she's on holidays at the moment, so I've got a bit of a break from all the medical stuff, which is fantastic. It's all been a bit much these last 6 months or so, 6 or 8 months. So just letting you know, I'm alive and I'm well and really happy to be back home in Albury, fully recovered and back in the garden when the weather allows. So, what I thought I would do is take you on a little tour of the garden while it's not raining. It has been raining and very overcast here for weeks. So, we've got a little bit of break in the weather today, and my bestie Debbie and I are going just doing some gardening, probably mow the lawn a bit later, the front lawn a bit later. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you around our garden. So I'll start around this side of the garden. We've just got some pelargonium, which is a type of geranium, and this particular variety is supposed to ward off flies and mosquitoes, which is great. I think it's the more the flowers that do that though, come spring and summer. Just some more flowers that are dormant at the moment because we're in winter. This is my mint. It looks pretty sad at the moment, but I've just cut an entire massive bunch of mint out of here and dehydrated it. And I will do some dehydrating in another video and show you how I do that. Um, but that's lemon balm and peppermint and regular mint. So I just chopped it all back because it was all one big mess, and dehydrated it together for a mixed mint tea. Just some more little flowers and things there. This is our currently our herb garden, which we've still got a few things in here growing well. The basil, of course, is finished now till spring, and that'll grow back again. I let it go to seed, so it'll self seed, and so hopefully we should get some more coming back up in a few months' time. So really, what's in here now is parsley, and I chopped this back quite rigorously a couple of weeks ago and dehydrated it for parsley flakes, dried parsley flakes. And as you can see, it's come back with a vengeance. So I might even use that for my dehydrating video. When I do that in a few days. We've got lots of coriander here as well, which is great. I do quite a bit of Indian and a bit of an Asian cooking, so that's always very handy. I know that in the US you call the coriander plant cilantro and the seed coriander. Here in Australia it's all coriander to us, whether it's the leaf or the seed. We've got some chamomile growing, so that's sort of, it is growing, but it'll really spring up when the warmer weather hits in a few months' time. And we've got some thyme growing too. Now that's growing really well, which is great because we enjoy our lamb roast this time of the year, and of course thyme goes beautifully with that. Down here we've got some carrots growing and some spring onions in pots. These garden beds are great. We got these from the local men's shed. They make them and sell them, and we've got two of them. And I'm actually going to, for spring, be putting more soil in and building this up with compost to put vegetables in. And I'm going to get one of those um, stackable planters um, to plant the small things like the herbs and lettuce and so on into, so that we can use all of our garden beds for growing vegetables come spring. In this bed, which is a regular raised bed, it's about waist height, which is perfect for us with our backs and knees and so on. We've got some more onions, onion chives, I think Debbie's planted in here. We've got garlic in the middle and um, what we call here in Australia silver beet, which in the US is called chard. This is the rainbow chard or silver beet in here as well. We've got a couple of little shelling peas trying to grow there. That actually they sprang up everywhere because I did plant. I just threw a whole heap of seed into these beds when we first put them together, just to get some green manure happening. And they're still springing up everywhere. So we pull them out and pop them in our salads, and they actually go really well in the salads just as they are. Um, Over here is our brassica bed, which of course being winter, the brassicas, it's perfect time for them. We've got a mixture of cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts in here. So we're very excited. There's a little cabbage just starting to grow in there, and this one's a cauliflower. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to capture the flower on there, but I'll try a tiny little thing in the middle. So that's really exciting, and as you can see, they're all growing really beautifully. We've had a lot of rain, and we did have a frost. Was early last week. I don't know if this is from the frost or if it's an insect, but I mean, we have got it, as you can see, we've got lots of netting covering this, and quite securely too. I've just undone it here on the ends to show you all. So I'm not sure if that's like just frost burn, or anyway, if anyone's watching and you know what that is, let me know. I don't think it's an insect, but we really don't know. I'll have to maybe do some research. So yes, that's our brassica bed, which is very exciting. There's not really any white butterfly around at the moment. It's too cold for them, but still, we like to be careful with that. Then over here is our other raised bed from the local men's shed, and this one's got our lettuce in it. And again, come spring, I will put lettuce into a raised, the stackable pot type. I can't think of what they're called. Um, Anyway, so we've got lettuce. We've thrown a couple of spare little garlics in there. There's another rainbow chard that we've just thrown in there just because we had space there. We cut a few lettuce out already. Mostly we're just picking the leaves off as we want them for our salads. They're so very wet because it's been raining, but they're very crunchy and very good. So tasty. Okay, over here we've got carrots. We've already thinned these out once, or Debbie has. So I think we're probably going to need to do that again soon, because as you can see, it's pretty full on in there. Uh, yeah, so we'll probably in the next week or so pull one up and see where they're at, how the roots are growing. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of rain. So it'll be interesting to see how they're doing. Hopefully everything is really well draining. These beds they drain so well, which is great. We've got these beds have no bottom, of course. Just we put cardboard in, did kind of a hugel culture thing there with lots of branches and stuff like that, and filled it up with all that before putting the soil in. So they all drain really well, which is great. It's our compost bin. Love the compost bin. It's almost full though, so I think we need to maybe put some handfuls of soil in just to help activate it a bit quicker in this weather. We'll see. Now, way over here is our worm farm. Let's see if I can get in here. This is our worm farm that we bought. Love the worm farm. Just pop it over here like this. We've got a little blankie to keep them warm. We've got lots of, look at all those worms on there. They're lovely. And they love all these scraps. And we get heaps and heaps. I'll just put them, they don't like the light and they don't like the cold. So we'll keep them warm and snug. We've got heaps, we get heaps of worm tea. That's undiluted, oops, undiluted worm tea. And we just put that one part to 10 parts water, or just like a splash in the watering can, and give everything a good feed every now and again, which is great because especially at the moment with all of the rain that we've had, we've got great soil. We bought a really like a sort of a super garden soil, vegetable growing soil. But with all this rain, obviously some of that goodness and nutrition is going to leach down. So we don't use commercial fertilizer. We've got the compost and we've got the worm tea, and that's keeping everything really nice and healthy, which is exciting. I think that's probably everything that I have to show you. Thank you for joining me here today and going on a tour of the garden with me. I will do another video soon on the progress here in the garden, and of course I'll also do a dehydrating video, show you my dehydrator and how I use it, and some of the things that I've used, that I've done so far, dehydrated so far, and what I use it all for. It's really a great way to preserve preserve food. We don't have a big freezer, and we don't have the capacity for things like freeze dryers and things like that. Just generally dehydrating. The dehydrator that I've got is really great, and very excited by all the things that I can do with it. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for joining me today on my simple rural life. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now. Oh, don't forget, if you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Talk soon. Bye.